Hey guys, I'm super excited to share this. I can't wait to get it all out. So here we go. Okay, so I have been working, empowering women and doing my thing and being a mentor and a spiritual leader to many, and giving my gifts and services for free. I will tell you, for free. And over the years, I've had people tell me, "Why are you doing that? Why do you give your stuff for free? Why aren't you charging people?" and things of that nature. And I've always had this heart-driven motive, just because people I know out there struggle and they need it, because I was there too. And so I did all that, and I ended up partnering with a dear sweet friend of mine, my spiritual leader, my sister in Christ, and we started to do it together. We started to make an impact together. Now, I learned so many things through that journey, and it's been almost 3 years now. I learned how to love on people. I learned how to listen. I learned how to inspire. I learned how to be a life coach. I learned how to minister to people. I learned how to run a ministry team. I learned how to just connect and become one with people. I had so many things that were taught to me. I had to go into corporate America again, because I came from corporate America, but from the other side, and be about helping, health and wellness, and all these skills that I have learned through this journey. Mind you, I wasn't creating an income when I was doing this, but there was a plan in action. There was a plan that was set out for me that I had no idea was going on. And I'll be like anybody else. I had moments where I would sit back and wonder, I'm doing this and I'm not creating any income. How am I impacting my family? What am I doing for my family? Things like that. But I would keep God first. I would say, you know what? I know this is where I need to be because I feel good, and I shouldn't feel good if it wasn't right. And so I kept pursuing, kept pushing. And after defeat, I kept pushing and praying and saying, Lord, I know this is what you want for me. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have people telling me, even my loved ones telling me, you're doing it for free. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to create an income, and you're supposed to be, helping and all this. And I pushed through all of that. And I stayed obedient, and I stayed committed, and I stayed with my heart full, and I continued to put God first. Even in front of my husband, I put him first, because I knew if I stayed the course, if I stayed obedient, if I stayed in what my heart was telling me to do and what I felt God was pressing me to do, then he would favor me when it was my turn. So I have to tell you guys, okay, so what happened... This is the craziest thing, and this happened in the last 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks ago, I really put in hard effort to find a job, okay? I put in a hard, solid effort. I redid my resume. I had it looked over. I submitted it to everything. I wasn't picky. I just threw it out there. And I said, God, this is your will. I'm doing my part, because you got to do your part. So I came across a Jeep. And I've always wanted a Jeep. My husband has known I've always wanted a Jeep since we had seen one, and we went to a vacation, and we rented one. And long story short, it was great, and I loved it. And I said, one day I'll have one. And he said, go get it. Let's go get that Jeep. And I said, babe, because I didn't have a job for a while. Our credit took a hit, and it's not where it needs to be. And I don't know if that's it. So, some of the things that I had taken care of along the way was I had gotten involved with a credit counseling program that I support now, that I feel very strongly about. I put my stuff in. I let it do its work. I didn't even really pray on it. I gave it to God. Said, I'm doing it for you because I know you're going to help me through this. And for 2 months, it's been sitting in there doing its thing. So I decided to go to the bank and see what happens. And here's what I said before I did this. I said, okay, Lord, here's what's going to happen. I need to make sure that this goes so smooth that I absolutely know your hands are in it. If this goes so smooth, I know that this Jeep is meant for me. So I put in 2 apps to the credit unions that I associate with, and both of them came back approved 100%. So I was like, oh my gosh, one had a great rate and one had a really great rate. And so I went with a really great rate, obviously, and my credit was phenomenal for me to get this rate. So I'm like, okay, check. Now, you and I both know that you don't go and buy a car unless you got income to pay for it, right? So I totally walked out on faith. I completely walked out on faith, and I knew that if God had this for me, it was going to happen. So I got my Jeep. Literally. I got approved. It was a matter of signing the dotted line. And then from there, I went and picked out my Jeep. And I'm sitting in a brand new 2016 Jeep for my birthday from my husband. Thank you, love. And so, that being said, I had another conversation with God. I said, Lord, if this is meant for me, and everything goes smoothly just like you have let it be, then I need you to help me get a job. I need you to help me pay for this Jeep. I need your favor, Lord. I have grinded, I have worked, I have served you wholeheartedly. I have been there, and I know that you wanted me to do that in those moments, and I have done it. Okay, so let's fast forward. 2 weeks ago, I put in for a job. Last week, I had a job interview on a Thursday. Actually, the week before, I'm sorry. I had a job interview on a Thursday. I went in for some other job, and I did well. I mean, the interview went great, and I felt good. But, I've felt good before, and it didn't come through. So I went in wholeheartedly saying, you know what, Lord, if this is the job you want for me, so be it. It went so well. I have to tell you guys, it went so well that they called me back the next day and said, we've tailored the job to the talents that you have versus the job I went in for. Are you serious? So everything I learned when God had me on this journey to helping people, to health and wellness programs, to living life with others, to being a leader, to learning all the skills and things that are needed for that, God was training me. He was training me so that when I walked into that job that was tailored now to fit me, not the other way around, and I was going to go be about people with a steady income and a great income and a more than I asked for income because I had to be humble. Lord, you are the bomb diggity. You are the one. And I sit to you today. I sit in front of you today with all favor and glory and everything I believe in going to God, because I'm sitting in a brand new 2016 Jeep for my birthday. I start a brand new job on my birthday, July 25th, and I am super excited because all that work, all that sacrifice, all that obedience, all that delivery, even though things were against me saying, why are you doing it for free? What's going on? You're worth more than that. Your value, I know I have value to give to people, and I'm going to give it. I didn't put no price tag on it because that was God's job. And today, I'm sitting victorious. And today, I have a brand new job. And today, I have a brand new car. And today is a day that I'm going to tell you guys, you got to give it to God. You got to let him push you through those troubles. You got to let him, take you and break your vase and rebuild it, because he's got a bigger vision for you. He's got a bigger gift for you. He's got a bigger favor for you. And you have to trust that he knows what he's doing. So from me to you, I am so excited. I'm fixing to get on the air and talk about kingdom finances on just KRGN. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited. Tune in. Lots of love.